Alright, welcome back, guys. So, that little break there was supposed to be, about an hour. I was going to go eat some food and then get back here and start recording again. Unfortunately, shortly after I stopped to do that little break, we had an update that unfortunately rolled my little base here back about an hour to an hour and a half. So I ended up having to redo everything off camera. And luckily, I actually had to do that too. You'll notice that I have this set up differently than before. As it turns out, putting the dispensers above the crops does not work. And it doesn't work because of a bad assumption that I made. And that assumption was that agricarnations grow plants using bone meal, or a bone meal effect. They do not. They actually don't do anything related to bone meal at all. The reason that I know this is that if you put a dispenser or any solid block above a plant, you can still bone meal it up to full, but it will otherwise not grow on its own. What was happening is that while I was redoing the base, I kept an eye on my plants and noticed, oh, they're not growing at all. So I had to redo it to move the dispensers beside them. So now they actually are growing. And in fact, it's been running for a while. It's been about a week since I was able to record anything. And as you can see here, I'm up to 682 potatoes. So yeah, I got plenty to go on, at least at first. So now we need to go about getting these guys into some sort of system for cooking them up. And there were a number of ways to do that. And if I had a Thaumcraft in here, I'd probably just use a golem to move them around. And also, in that week, I just saw, this torch appeared for some reason. I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't know if there was somebody else visiting my base and figured out how to place a floating torch or what. But anyway, as I was saying, I would use golems to do that probably in a Thaumcraft situation. If I had something else to move items around, like, any kind of like item conduit, I would be using that. Unfortunately, I don't have any of those things, but what I did find is that looking through the licenses book, I found that I could get hopper ducks, and recently they dropped the price on it because they did some research and found that there are actually only two items in hopper ducks. If you look here at, I need to eat something, at hopper ducks, it's two items. There's a grated hopper and a hopper duct. So yeah, there's not much in there, so they dropped the price down to 50k Infinibucks. And as it so happens, I had, I think, like 16k or something like that Infinibucks. I got another 10 here, so yeah, I have 60k Infinibucks, which is just a little more than enough to buy that. So I decided, in order to make this build a little simpler, we're going to use hopper ducks. If I can jump up to the roof here, I'm going to have to find a better place for this mailbox, but I'm actually thinking about how I want to do that. But the other thing I should mention, rather than that, is that they have a clipboard mod in our pack now. And that's basically the clipboards from Bibliotech, Bibliocraft, that, it's just standalone by itself, which is awesome because I love these things. So let's just put on here, we're going to put payment for hopper duct. Whoa. Hopper ducts license. That will get us that license for hopper ducts. Great. So then we'll open our backpack here, put that node in there, throw in the Infinibucks, and then we will mail that guy off. Now I'm just going to operate with the idea that now that I've put it in the mail, I've as good as got it. So we're just going to use hopper ducts today. And hopper ducts are mostly iron, if I remember correctly. Yep, iron and wood. And the grated hopper is actually something I'm going to want, because doing some research into it, the grated hopper is ability to have a hopper that filters what items go through it, which is actually going to be pretty nice for a lot of my builds, because that will allow me to have at least some control over my flow, whereas normally I would have to do some work. Now, looking around the base again, I said it has been a week, so I have been doing a little bit of work, and I guess it's also worth mentioning that I discovered that I was doing my blood altar wrong. And the reason I was doing it wrong is that this little row of blank runes here needed to be, in existence. I didn't see that they were there because they were in the ground, and blood magic doesn't put a ghost like that you can see through things. So yeah, luckily I was messing around with my blood altar, and I was trying to figure out why the heck it didn't say it was tier 3. It kept saying it was tier 2, and it was because of these. So then I discovered, on every row, it looks like it's going to step down a block. So I wanted to address that. I was totally building it wrong before. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of screaming in the comments about, hey, you're building that wrong. That's wrong. That's not right. That's not right at all. And you're right. I totally screwed it up. All right, so now that I've addressed that, let's get on to making some hopper ducks. So I'm going to need some iron. Let's just grab a full stack of iron here and some wood plank. I think I had some wood plank in one of my... Yeah, I got a couple of pieces. There's a bunch of jacaranda. Okay. So, and we're also going to need a hopper. Do I have a spare hopper? Spare hopper would... Yes, I got a couple of spare hoppers. Just grab them all, because I'm going to have to be doing some other things here. I'm also going to need... I think I've got some stuff over here, too, because I'm also going to need... none of this stuff is actually stuff that I need for this, because I'm going to need a furnace, and I'm sure I've got some. I'm going to need a furnace, and I'm going to need all of my, what are they, exoflames? Yeah, exoflames. Should have some floating exoflames in here. Hopperhawk exoflame. Yeah, floating exoflames. Alrighty. So we're just going to turn this quickly into a potato baker. Oh, I should also grab a storage drawer. Aha! Because I'm going to need something to store all these potatoes in, aren't I? Did I make one for myself? I did not, but I did make a storage upgrade, which that'll probably come in handy later. Storage drawer. I do not have... Oh, I do have one. Awesome. Hey! I had the thing that I needed. So we're going to... Ow. We're going to go over here, and we're going to set up a quick furnace for all these potatoes, and then we're going to call it for the day, because I just wanted to finish this up real quick while I had 15 minutes to record, so I'm sorry if I'm a little bit manic and jumping around. My thought process is pretty much you need to get this done. Alright, so we grab a hopper, and I think I can do this with just... I can do this with probably 3 hopper hawks. Okay, so that's going to go in there. It's going to fill with potatoes. Then we need some hopper ducks, so that's going to be in my assembly halo. I still haven't eaten anything, but it's fine. Keep going! Keep going! And, yeah. Okay, so then we got a hopper duck. So these should just act like a pipe. So if I go... Oh, wait, I actually have to... actually have to poke... Or not poke it, but I've got to put it emptying into there, which is why it wasn't doing anything. So if we dig down here... There we go. Like that. Yes, there we go. That's what we're looking to have happen. And we can have our hopper ducks go up, up, and then... Nope. That was close. I need to go like that. There we go. I hate everything. Why is... Do I have to do it all the way backwards? Yeah, this doesn't seem to be... What is going on here? What on earth? I don't get it. What is going on? Okay, so it's moving into that one, but it's not moving upward. So I actually have to build it, I think, back. Or can I... I think there's a way to wrench these, but I'll have to research it a little bit. So I think I have to actually build them backwards. So let's do that. So if we start... Oh, get that other one back. Okay, so if we start here and go there, there. So it's basically like hoppers that you actually have to face them into things. Hey, look, there's Toasty. Let's... Hold on one second. Toasty, say hello to YouTube. There we go. There, maybe we'll finally get Toasty to wave at YouTube. Alright, so then that should... Yeah, there we go. Now we got the potatoes going into the furnace. And then we need to get our floating exoflames. I think I'm only going to want to put 4 of them down, maybe? Because I don't know if that... I don't know if that thing over there is going to be close enough anyway. Yeah, and also, if you're wondering, I don't know what this is about, but Britannia had an update in the last... Oops, don't want to get in the way here. In the last week that I was basically working on my base and waiting for a time to record this. And one of the things that's happened is that all the flowers have this weird graphical glitch. Like, these ones don't always have it. It's just when I'm standing, like, over here they do. So it's really weird. I'm sure that that's been bug report, but otherwise I keep meaning to put a bug report for that in. Okay, so now I need to get some mana over here that they can actually use. Since I'm actually going to be building a mana generation system pretty much right where I'm standing, or maybe just over here, I'll put it over here. I might as well put a pool down to... And I don't bring a pool with me. I do not bring a pool with me. 1 second. Alright, got my pool. I also got something else that I remember that I'd forgotten. So, that's all good. Let's just gonna eat some potatoes here real quick. Alright, so we're gonna put a pool down just right here for now. I may move that somewhere else in the future. And then over here, we're just gonna put an Elven Mana Spreader and point that at the pool. This is gonna be what we're gonna hook up our our Gormarillas to. And we're gonna link all of these to here. Oh, these are hooked up to that one. But they're not doing anything. Are we out of... No, we've got mana. That's really odd that they have mana, but they're not acting on the furnace. It is the exoflames that do the furnace, right? I'm not putting the wrong one down. Yeah, endoflames are the ones that grab stuff. Alright, so then we're gonna... Oh, I don't have much left in my ring. Oh well, we'll just throw it out in there anyway. Guy. Yeah. Oh, there it goes. Oh, and of course I picked it back up. In you go. Alright. Oh, there goes the potato generator. So they should be picked up by... Yep, there they go. Yep, still working like a charm. Alright, so grab that. Most of the mana is gone out of it. That's fine. I'm not using a lot of mana right now anyway. Alright, so that goes... Yeah, I keep doing that. I gotta turn to the bobble screen first. And put her in there. Alright. So now I gotta figure out why these exoflames aren't acting on the furnace. That's kind of weird. Alright, got it figured out. What had happened is we had an update earlier today, and it, for some reason, disabled the potato recipe, and yeah, it happened before, so that's not a big deal. But she's working now, so good news. Alright, so now what we need to do is take these and feed them to a Gormarillas. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a Gormarillas, so we gotta go make one. So if we head back over to our little Botania area, which, as you've noticed, I actually moved all my mana over there, and I started placing all the buildings and stuff. As you can see, I got my altar and my botanical brewery over there. That flower thing I'm really not happy with, so that's going to be changed, but that's all my pure daisies, and I got my portal to Alfheim right here. And the cool new change with Portal to Alfheim in new Botania in version 1. Well, we're in version 1.10.2 now, but the what is our... so we're in version 339 of Botania. But in the more recent versions of Botania, the way the Portal to Alfheim functions has changed. It now works by... it consumes a bunch of mana when you start it, but then it doesn't consume any mana to stay on. It will consume mana for each product that you throw through and produce, so now it's more of a... You just turn it on, leave it on, there's no cost or problem with doing that, and then you just... You know, whenever you chunk something through, then it's going to suck a little bit of mana in order to do that conversion. I actually like that way a lot better than the other version because, again, if you're just wandering around your base and not using the portal, it's kind of a waste. So, yeah. Anyway, so we need to make ourselves a munch stew, which is in generating flora. Sorry, not munch stew, but a Gormarillas. So, Gormarillas we are going to need 2 yellow, a red, 2 light gray, a rune of summer, and a rune of fire. And I'm pretty sure I've got all of that. There's a rune of summer, rune of fire. Let's see, I need, what, 2 yellow, 2 mystical light gray, and a mystical, mystical red. Alright. And our mystical red. And that should give us our Gormarillas. Alright, so if we just go plunk, 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 and plunk, and then we're going to need a seed. Hopefully these still work, and they do. Awesome. Achievement get Electric Magic. Awesome. I've already gotten that like 3 times on the server. Every time we update, I think we lose our we lose our achievements. Alright, so we're going to put the Gormarillas right there. And so what that should do is whenever you throw out a piece of food, like a baked potato, it's just going to nom it, produce mana, and ship it over to this guy. And then that'll ship right into our mana pool. Beautiful. Now, the thing about Gormarillas is the issue with Gormarillus is that if you feed it too quickly, it's just going to eat all the food that you throw at it, but it's only going to produce mana for the first bit that you throw. So you really have to be careful with these as far as not overfeeding them. But to start, anyway, we are going to get ourselves another one of these beautiful hopper ducks, and we're going to set up a system with which to feed this little guy. So what we need to do is, I guess right here is going to be where it is. We need to throw a hovering hourglass, which I forgot to grab. So we're going to go grab a hovering hourglass. Ah, this guy. I don't know why, but I keep having this weird fire skeleton spawn on my roof here. He's a skeleton mage. I think because he always spawns holding that flame wand thing. I think it's got something to do with these blaze powders, because he always spawns right on top of this storage drawer. So I may need to move those or change where they are so that he stops spawning right on top of them. Anyway, so I got my hovering hourglass. In fact, I brought all of them, but whatever. And we need to throw that down here. And I'm thinking we want to do that with, I think we're going to need probably, I'm going to go 5 sand, because our server does get laggy from time to time. Maybe 6. You can do, basically 4, I believe, is the preferred rate. Is the preferred rate for doing a Gormarillus, because I think that's the amount of time it takes to dump everything. However, because we're on a laggier server, I don't want to take any chances. So there's 6 sand. Now we're gonna need a dropper crate. Where are you? Open up. I just realized that that's actually going to be backwards from how I need it, so we'll have to fix that. All right, so we need an open crate. All right, and then we're going to need some more hopper duct. But I just realized that this is not actually what we want, because the hoppers work with redstone positive signal, and that would give us a redstone negative signal. So let's... So how am I going to do this? Unfortunately, this is a really bad spot, so I may have to... I don't want to build it under, because I could... well, if we move these exoflames, actually, that's probably fine. So we'll move that exoflame, we'll move that exoflame. Alright. So, let's put those exoflames to the side here. Where did they go? There they are. I don't think they're going to be in the way if I just put them right there. That's probably fine. Okay, good. Alright, so we're going to dig out this here. And if we then put our hovering hourglass there, and then on the edge of this we need... Oh, I need redstone. I need redstone. Hold on. Okay, so I'm just going too fast. Unfortunately, I just realized I think these hopper ducks might also be redstone sensitive. I guess we're going to find out really quick here. But anyway, what I want to do, and I'm going to need some sticks, which I can make. What I want to do is put a redstone torch... There we are. Under this block. Oh, I can't do it there, because that's where the hopper is going to go. Ugh. So I'm going to have to move this back one. Because I want to put a redstone torch that's going to act on the hopper. Give me that back. So we're going to have to go this way here. And we put a block there. Okay, so what we're going to do is put a torch there. So that should act on a hopper that I put here. And actually that's good, because that's not going to disable anything. And then I'll put my hovering hourglass there. And I think I have to put redstone... No. I think I'm not sure if I'd have to put redstone on top or not. Let's try just 1 sand, because that should be 1 second. So if we put 1 sand in there... No, that's not good enough. Okay, so what we'll have to do is actually pick this up. We'll put down a piece of dirt. I think if I put it above the block, it'll be fine. So if I put it instead, hovering hourglass, right, like so. Put it there, and like that. Ugh. Okay, so we're going to pick him up, and we're going to move that guy to just up here with that one. Alright, there we go. Okay, so then, that should turn that torch off. Yes, okay. There's a little bit of lagginess going on, but that's fine. So we'll just put all 6 in there, that'll be fine. And then, now we got to do it backwards like we did before. So what we'll do is we need to put the open crate up in the air. So if we'll grab this grass block and throw it right there. Crafty crate or an open crate on top, not crafty crate. We're not quite to crafty crates yet, but I am looking forward to it. That's in the near future. So we grab that block, and then we're going to need to build it backwards like we did before. I'm going to need some more hopper duct. So, see if I can remember this. So, piece of oak there. Nope. And like so. Okay, good. Right, so then we need to make sure to build it backwards. So we start there. So I'm almost positive that you can do something to avoid this kind of weird building here. I can dig these out. Okay, good. And then finally, we grab our hopper. We put it there. Now that should, whenever this thing turns over and releases the redstone signal, it should. We're going to drop out there. Oh, shoot. Okay, we got the potato in there. Oh, did I? Have I got this thing hooked up correctly? It's also possible that that signal is not... Maybe it's because the signal is not switching over fast enough. So let's watch that signal. That should be enough. And we're certainly seeing one get moved. But where is it going? Oh, I know what our problem is. Da derp. The problem is that the craft open crate actually can only be fed from the top. That was my bad. Okay, so we got to redo this with a little bit more. Okay, so we need to do a couple more of those. Grab this out of here. So then we got to break this guy here. We also want to gather up all of these potatoes that are going to be... Yeah. Okay, so then that's correct. That's good. And then boom. So then now we should start seeing some potatoes come out of there. Or not. Is it just they're not... Are they not compatible? They're not. Okay, so if I actually put a hopper up here, I betcha that will work. So let's try that. Get those before they get numb. So if I put a hopper up here, I think hoppers work. Yep, there we go. There we go. That's beautiful. So now if we grab our stick, we can see what's happening. Okay, so I did get that to work eventually. Alright, so where's our stick? So Gormorillus has nothing in it. Now it's made some, and then it's done. It's pumped over here to the mana spreader. Then it should drop a potato. It eats. There's a little bit of a delay. It makes some mana, and then away it goes. So, that's perfect. Now that's going to slowly make us some mana. Now, in order to speed this up a little bit, I would have to do more Gormorillus. Or I have to do one of two things. One, more Gormorillus, or two, give it a better food. Because actually baked potatoes, while it's an okay food, not the best food. There are much better ones to give it. But for now, this is going to be a good kind of starting mana. As you can see, I've actually already got a fair bit of mana going in there. And it's because each potato is, if I remember, it's like 100. It's like 1% of a mana pool or thereabouts, if I remember correctly. A long time ago, figured out how many potatoes it takes to fill a mana pool, and it's either 100 of them or it's like 1,000 potatoes. I can't remember exactly what it is. Okay, that was weird. What happened there? Oh, it did work. Okay. Okay. But yeah, it's like, it might be 1,000 potatoes, or maybe it's 100. But, I mean, it is what it is. Baked potatoes, like I said, are basically the very, very easiest and very much an entry level. See, it's already put more mana in that pool. Pretty much a very entry-level Gormorillus food. There are several other foods that I'll probably be playing with in the future, as well, that I did find that I had an idea. And it's an idea that will give our Gormorillus some more things to eat, or rather, it'll give us the ability to put more Gormorillus around. And that idea came from over here. I have a squid problem. And what happens is that whenever the squid eventually make their way over to here, as you can see, they die and they spray these bits all over the place. However, if you come over here and you grab all these bits, you'll notice that some of the bits that they are dropping our raw squid. Now, if you process raw squid in a... Basically, you can just cook it away. Then you can use a brick oven or whatever. It can become cooked squid. It gives a little bit more, like I should say, a little bit more products. And I think I might be able to use that to create some more food for another Gormorillus. I'm not sure if it's going to be worthwhile or not, because those brick ovens are kind of difficult to work with. But the other thing I'm also getting is this raw calamari from Harvestcraft. And again, we're seeing culinary generator here. But again, those give about the same amount as a potato. So what I'm thinking is I move my water, because it's just creating a squid problem over there. But I move my water over here, and I create a squid killer. And then all the products of that squid can then be cooked and fed to a Gormorillus. So yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be a kind of a nice, easy alternative, or at least a supplement to the big old potato generator here. Because, I mean, as you can see, we're using up our potatoes pretty quick. I'm not going to lie. We were going to use up pretty much all the potatoes that we had gathered in here, probably within the next, probably within the next hour or two. Not even then, probably within the next 20 or 30 minutes. And, of course, for all those potatoes, we're going to get, you know, maybe a half of a mana pool, if that. So, I mean, you know, again, potatoes are not the end result here. We're going to get something that feeds this Gormorillus a lot better. I just have to do my research and figure out, you know, how we're going to do that. But I think that's where we're going to call it for today. I really just wanted to finish this off, finish the day off, and then get to doing a little bit more planning. I really want to move pretty much all my stuff out of this area and start working on doing maybe a little bit of terraforming, make this a little bit better. I don't know, it feels kind of out of place now that I've got all these other biomes, just have all the sand. I also need to find a way to move Sir Reginald Woolington to a better location, and then, I don't know, start doing something more with this area. And then there's a lot more blood magic I have to do. As you saw, I finally got the altar up to tier 3. Tier 4 is coming soon, but tier 4 is a bit of a different kind of step, because we need to do some stuff to get there. Using, I believe it's called a bound blade. And yeah, as you can see, I've already started filling my board back up, so I got a lot of stuff ahead of me too. But, as I said, that's it for today, so I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. And so it's just me and Sir Reginald Woolington II signing out. Later, guys.